The cancer of leftism knows no limit to utter stupidity and downright evil when it comes to infringing on individual rights, and you and I need to defend against all shades of it. Okay, this is huge news that everybody who cares anything about freedom needs to take seriously. Before I get started, one of the best things you can do to support this channel is to like and share these videos. You guys already know that YouTube suppresses and deranks content like this, but when you like and share what I produce, it goes a long way in beating the censorship algorithms. Now, I was tipped off to this story today by Jared over at Guns and Gadgets. Jared does a great job of informing his audience of breaking news in the Second Amendment realm. I'll leave the link to his last video in the description, and if you go over there, tell him High Impact Vlogs sent you. William the Younger said, "Necessity is the plea for every infringement of human freedoms. It's the argument of tyrants. It's the creed of slaves. The cancer of leftism takes every opportunity it can to infringe on the freedoms of peaceful people, and they'll use every ridiculous excuse in the book to do it." Of course, it's necessary, right? The St. Louis Post-Dispatch reports, Mayor of St. Louis urges Missouri lawmakers to let city require concealed weapons permits. In other words, you want a personal protection device? Well, you're going to have to beg the government for permission to get it. That's called infringement. And that's one right no sane moral person would ever think about infringing. No free man begs another man for permission for anything. If you have to ask for permission to do something you have a right to do anyway, you're not free. Further, making concealed permits mandatory is an act of extortion. Why? Because you have to pay the extortion fee in order to obtain that permission. This is all about power, control, and wealth transfer. Nothing more, nothing less. As I read this article, remember, Missouri is a constitutional carry state. In other words, they have written in their own law that they take the Second Amendment for what it says. Shall not be infringed. You want a gun? Get a gun. There's no state hindrance to you doing so. Mayor Linda Crewson said on Wednesday she wants Missouri lawmakers to change a 2017 law that lets almost anyone carry a gun without restrictions and allow the city of St. Louis to require concealed weapon permits. The mayor's comment came a day after Governor Mike Parson rejected a request that lawmakers take up gun violence in St. Louis and Kansas City during a special legislative session. The Missouri Legislative Black Caucus made the request during a bloody weekend in which 3 St. Louis children were shot to death within 48 hours. At least 13 children have been killed by gunfire in the city of St. Louis this year. Kansas City has also seen a spate of gun violence. Okay, so what's the answer to that? The answer is that regular, everyday people need to buy a gun and learn how to use it so they can defend themselves and their children. But that's not how leftist lawmakers see things. Crewson noted that Missourians are required to have a license to drive a car and the vehicle must be registered with the state. So Crewson appeals to the immoral action of the state to force people to have a driver's license in order to justify the immoral action of mandatory gun licensing. And though St. Louis police have managed to take nearly 1,700 guns off the street last year, she said, that's not enough. Missouri law allowing, that's control guys, guns without permits hinders our police department in a very significant way. Oh, so her desire to infringe on individual rights is about protecting cops and making their jobs easier. That's a load of crap. The Missouri legislature, dominated by rural and suburban lawmakers, have spent years loosening the state's gun laws. In 2016, the legislature passed legislation to allow non-felons to carry concealed weapons without a permit. Crewson said, having a permit to carry a gun is really not a big ask. It's not a big ask. It's for our police officers. Yeah, it's not a big ask. You're not asking anything. You're demanding. You're attempting to exercise your control through mandate. And this equals infringement. You need to go back and read the Second Amendment, Crewson. Cruson says, allow us to say in the city of St. Louis, you can still have a gun, you can still carry a gun, but you need a permit to carry it. Translation, you want a gun? You need to ask permission to own one. Let's see, how can I put this, Cruson? Oh, go pound sand, control freak. People already have a right to own whatever they want without your parental power-grabbing control and restrictions. Cruson says, what I have asked the governor to do is to help us find a way to where perhaps cities over a certain size, however he wants to define it, but at least for the city of St. Louis, that you would need a permit to carry a gun. This is for our police department. Our police don't have the tools they need to take guns off the streets. Bottom line is, she's a rights trampler, guys. A dangerous, unhinged, immoral individual. Missouri, don't fall for this line of BS. If you're wondering what the constitutional carry states currently are, as of June 26, 2019, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Idaho for residents only, Kansas, Kentucky, Maine, Mississippi, Missouri, New Hampshire, North Dakota, that's for residents only as well, and concealed carry only. Oklahoma will be in effect November 1st, 2019 as constitutional carry. South Dakota, Vermont, West Virginia, and Wyoming, which will be residents only, do not require a permit to carry a loaded concealed firearm for any person of age who is not prohibited from owning a firearm. In other words, you're not a felon. Guys, the time for compromising and giving away one more ounce of our rights is over. Wherever you are, take a stand and join with others who take a stand against the evils of authoritarian psychopaths like Cruson. Please share this video with everybody you know, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If you guys enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share it with everybody you know. Also, check out over 100 hard-hitting designs in the shirt store, and if you want to support more content, hit me up on Patreon or PayPal. All those links will be in the description and in the pinned comment. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.